Well, hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. Welcome to June 2026. Oh my gosh, we're hitting summertime now. I love it. My name's Ken Close, everybody. I am an engineer, Healy World pioneer from the olden days, way back, lover of the technology, and I'm honored to be joined by our head of ops, Jake Barron. How you doing, Jake?
Doing good, Ken. Hello, everyone. And I'm not quite a pioneer, not as old of a pioneer from the olden days as Ken. I joined shortly after Ken pioneered most of the way.
It's been a fun journey, and I'm so glad and honored, Jake, that you're here. I'll tell you what, just a rock star for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Uh, and we've got our other rock star, Henry Pena, head of the onboarding for the whole planet of Earth. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Ken. Welcome, everyone.
I love it. Henry has been, he was in customer service, right? In at first, and then
Mhm.
Mhm.
transitioned over into onboarding specialist and
Yeah,
really helping a lot of folks understand how to operate and get going. So it's been awesome. Thanks for that, Henry. Appreciate that a lot.
absolutely, absolutely. I think almost 5 years, I think, at this point, I think.
Wow.
Or I don't know if it's 4 or 5.
It's it's getting there. Yeah.
It's confusing, but it's somewhere between 4 and 5. I don't remember, but it's
On,
somewhere over
on the
there.
on the way to 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the way to 5.
Yeah.
On the in the quantum field of Healy time, it's like, thousands of years of
Yeah.
time gone by. We're in the quantum field, so time is like nothing. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. So, folks, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you guys being here. The reason we're here is to help you guys understand the technology, being able to expand and broaden your understanding of how this thing works, what we can do with Healy, what we can do with the MagHealy, what we can do with the high wave, what we can now do with our sleep support, Zero Hertz system, all kinds of fun stuff. So, we're here to help you guys with the apps, with the tech, with the hardware, solve problems, deep dive into some pretty fun mystical things. But what we can't do, unfortunately, we're not doctors, we're not medical professionals, so we can't treat, diagnose, or talk about any of the things that have to do with the medical side of the world. Healy is a wellness device, and even though it's an FDA cleared system, it's still we have compliance we want to make sure that we stay within. So thanks everybody for being here. The way that works is to throw your questions into the chat, right? This is a live chat. Everybody put your questions in the chat, and then we unpack it, right? We deep dive into it. We solve these mysteries. We come up with solutions. We can talk about a topic for a very long time. So we want to make sure it's very well researched and understood. So with that said, guys, we'll get this party started. Anybody got any questions? And if, of course, if you don't have any questions, we will stimulate the conversation with something.
Yes, we've got lots to talk about too, if there's not any questions. But of course, we would love to be able to answer a couple things on today's call. But I'll start things off by, Ken, you kind of mentioned there a little bit there, Zero Hertz and the new product category as well. We talked a little bit about it in our last Tech Tip Tuesday that we had in the month of May. We're now here in June as well, which means as of June 1st, as of yesterday, the new Zero Hertz Sleep Mask is available for everyone, which is awesome. So, there was a little bit of a kind of like a pre-launch period earlier in May where if you were in the VIP Obsidian Club, you could go ahead and make your purchase as well. And I know a lot of people took advantage of that offer. But now, as of yesterday, if you go to the Healy World shop, and I'll share my screen just to kind of show exactly what we're talking about here. So this is the US shop. Harmony's asking me if I would like to know a little bit about the exciting promotions this month. I thank you, Harmony, but I do not right this moment. So I'm just going to click that. out of the way. But I see the very first thing on the page here, shop the duo or shop the mask. So right now there's basically two options. So in there's an exclusive edition. So the one that was available early for the VIP Obsidian Club um, is the black version with the gold sort of embroidery, the Zero Hertz logo here too. So if you click shop the duo, that's going to take you directly to this page here. And you see the launch edition basically has this sort of nice zipper travel pouch as well. And built into this, there's a basically there's a $36 every 6 months sort of a fee here that goes along with the amazing um, Holistic HealAdvisor app, where you can do the sleep topic as well, the personalized sleep journeys, the wellness activities that go along with your sort of daily routine here too, to kind of help you have the most uh, deep and restorative sleep that you can get too. So this is available for everybody right now. There's the launch edition, the special edition, very limited in quantity, is available for everybody to purchase right now. And they actually just arrived at our warehouse yesterday. A long journey around the world. They are now here at the warehouse, and all orders are shipping as of today, which is great news for everybody too. So this is the version that most people, actually everybody so far, is taking advantage of. But also, there's a different version of the mask, which is, I would say, it's the main version, which will be going forward. The black version is limited edition just for the launch, and then this is the sort of navy blue edition of the Zero Hertz Sleep Mask. I think this is the color that you tried out there too. But this is the core basically model that will be available going forward after we work through or go through this limited quantity that was available for the initial launch as well. And you'll see there, this one's not available for purchase yet in the US and Canada. It's be available starting June 15th as well. These are actually not in our warehouses yet either, but the launch edition, the special edition one, great value, is available right now, and orders are shipping with no delay. Yeah, there you go, Ken. Ken's got it right there.
Yeah, so this is it. So guys, if as Jake was saying, what's the purpose of this the duo, is going to have the app that comes with it. The app is going to guide you. It's like your coach. It's like your personal coach to move your body's autonomic nervous system out of stress response. Literally, if we can just manage that with our with the whole human race, everybody would be healthier. And so this is the idea. Think about it. If you've got a coach, right, an advisor, and that advisor is able to guide you, give you some tools, some meditations, some breath work, some analysis about what you need. That's going to be a huge asset, right? And then using the mask is a way of really protecting, I guess you might say, keeping the signals away from your brain, away from your head that you don't want. And it's not small, guys. So when you wear this, it literally, I love it because it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a beanie, right? That goes all the way around your whole face and head, but it's very comfortable, very cooling. It's got some hardiness to it, I guess you might say. And then it's also giving you that layer of protection around the frequency. So it's super amazing. I wear it every night.
Yeah, and there
What I
was.
like the most about, oh,
Oh,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Jake.
No, you go ahead. I talked too much already
No,
today.
I was just gonna say that one of the things that I definitely appreciate about that kind of mask is the fact that it doesn't have like that elastic strap that normally most masks have, that they always crush your ears, especially if they have
Mm,
like that metal buckle like that. It
yeah,
always hits your head somewhere. Like I really don't like it, and I can tell like it's just gonna be super comfortable.
It's
yeah,
very, very comfortable. Sleeping in it, like I said, I sleep in it. Now, that's maybe overkill, but mo most people might not sleep in it. Maybe you're just doing it for meditation. Maybe you're doing it just for your, initially, but it actually is a very comfortable head wrap. And it goes over your ears. It's very wide, going all the way over your ears, and wide band all the way around the back of your head. So it really isn't concentrating any force or pressure anywhere. As Henry said, there's no elastic band to kind of dig in, It doesn't do that. You can roll around in it, it stays on your face, and it's very, very comfortable. So the material is very high quality. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, and for those of you that were able to catch Frequencies and Friends yesterday, too, there was some great content that was shared related to Zero Hertz. Also, that recording, I believe, should be available in our YouTube channel later today or tomorrow. If you missed it, but it was a great segment with Michelle Larson, one of our awesome independent Healy World members, as well as shared her sort of experience with it as well. And it's cool because it's one of these things where for those of you that have like an Oura Ring or an Apple Watch or something, or a Whoop band that tracks your sleep as well, it's kind of cool to hear the stories coming out from people that are using, believe that they changes the sleep mask and using the holistic sleep topic, or the Holistic HealAdvisor Sleep Topic as well. And these devices that we have available for us these days, they'll track your different sleep phases, the REM, the core, and the deep sleep too. And to my knowledge, you can't fake those phases when you're there. So if you wake up in the morning and the only thing different was you ran, you did your daily routine with the Holistic HealAdvisor Sleep Topic, and you wore the sleep mask at night, and you see the differences in those different phases as well. Maybe you spent a little bit more time in, the deep sleep phase, or as well, that kind of thing too. It's cool to hear people sort of just very simple to explain. Here's my numbers, sort of a thing too. There's not a whole lot that you really need to explain as far, but it's easy because in one night you can have instant results from something like this too.
That's important to understand too, because it's every night's sleep that is of high quality means a much higher level of repair, recovery, and growth in the body. And so the next day, it's capable of doing more things. Inherently, what's happened, because most of the time people are chronically not sleeping well, there's this recovery process that only brings the body up to 60%, if that. And then the next day, you're starting out in a deficit. And by the end of the day, or actually by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're done, right? And yet you're not done with your workday. So what do people do? They're pushing through it. They're doing some caffeine. They're doing some other stimulants to try to just make it through the day, come home exhausted. And the problem is when that body is exhausted, one of the biggest factors is that you're in that stress response, right? And it's moved over into the sympathetic nervous system. And when that happens, major systems within your body get robbed of vital energy. And one of the biggest the number one system that gets robbed of vital energy is your digestive system. And so you're off work, you're coming home, you're trying to have some dinner, right? It's been a hard day. You're eating some food, even if it's organic and non-GMO and healthy and all that kind of stuff, but your digestive system is downregulated because of the lack of proper rest and repair. And so that food you're eating, not necessarily bioavailable anymore. And so this becomes a cycle. And if we can repair one of these systems, I'm an engineer, I reverse engineer all the way back to the dirt. And our origin is going to be our repair cycle. Repair, recovery, and growth starts with sleep. It also starts with mindset. There's many pieces to it, but that's super important. So let's get some good sleep, right? Let's try these guys. Let's try it.
Yeah, and beyond energy levels, it will also impact your mood, which sometimes I feel like, one thing is feeling exhausted, one thing is feeling moody, and like, everything just feels wrong and you're upset about everything. So sleep is one of the things that will definitely affect that. And I don't know, I feel like I'd rather be tired than being in a bad mood and just feeling like everything is wrong. And
That's great.
ideally, you don't want any of them, but like if you sleep bad, that will usually have a direct impact in your mood and your ability to manage your thoughts and your emotions, which will ultimately just make everything worse.
I I agree. You could be I can be completely exhausted and sit there in gratitude for what I
Mhm.
accomplished in the day, right? I'd just be excited about tomorrow. And then I'm like, I'm just exhausted. This body did a great job today. I'm so happy, but the other opposite of that is that you could be exhausted and just be angry, irritated, upset, impatient, all these things. And that's a bad, that's also a double whammy. So it's super important to the neurotransmitters we have, the hormones, the chemistry within these bodies are again dependent upon the resources, the raw materials that the body has. Raw materials come from what we ingest. And so if our digestive system is not functioning properly, bioavailability is low, then it doesn't have the resources. The body doesn't have the resources to build with, right? The raw materials to build with. Our gut doesn't produce as much neurotransmitters, which are help us feel good, right? The good hormones. So now all of a sudden, again, it's like Henry said, bad mood on top of poor energy. Double whammy.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
not great.
I don't see any questions, guys. Kind of a quiet crowd out there today.
yeah. We can talk some more about let's say zero hertz, but there's lots more to come as far as for those of you that were following this introduction too. It's not just a sleep mask. This is part of this whole new integrated wellness solutions product line too. And we have the cap that you wear in your head coming soon, and then the blanket also as well. So this is just the start of a much bigger and comprehensive product line.
I like that because it does make sense. When you're working with a material, this is layers of material that does a very
Mm-hmm.
specific job, right? This is to hold off frequencies that are not beneficial to us. So when you wear these, this is for the nighttime, but what about during the daytime? You're out there in the world, navigating our environment, and it is well known within the world of neuroscience, one of the areas I orbit, that it is the environment that signals the gene, right? So now you're getting these signaling signals out there to build a body with. So we have these. I love the idea coming up with hats and covers that help us even
Mm-hmm.
hold off that kind of content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any sneak peeks or anything on some of that, Jake? Or
Not. I mean, we've kind of shown little images here and there through some of the B2B promotions and things that we've done, but nothing else like we sort of shared in this setting right now. But of course, there'll be lots more to come with zero hertz. And I mean, of course, you've seen that we've already done some studies as far as the different benefits that you have received from zero hertz, and then also we have some more things in the works as well that'll be available over the coming weeks and months. But
great, I love it. So Maria's asking a question here about, of course, having several sleep programs within the Healy and MagHealy. Is that not enough? And that's so everything that Healy builds is synergistic and expansive from one beginning technology all the way to wherever it is today. So it's a community. It's a whole nest of synergistic systems, and this is just another evolution of that step. So we're in targeted type of solutions, and I think it's been mentioned too that this is again targeting, meaning not only do you have a technology, not only do you have frequencies, but you also have a coach, a guidance that's specific to sleep. So, in that same concept, and that same idea, as it evolves into, say, the same thing around stress management, something around, say, digestion, something around some of these other topics that we're working with as a human body. But yeah, so your Healy, your Mag Healy, and the programs you run have a biological effect, have a psychological effect. And those two in combination balance the body. So if you are in, and I tell my clients this all the time, if you are in perfect homeostasis, we're probably not talking very much, right? You're probably everything in your life, in your health, in your body is flowing properly. You're balanced. But when we come out of balance, what do we do? And that's typically where a client comes in to see me, or there's where we plug into Healy again. These bodies are highly intelligent, right? Extremely efficient in what they can do. We, as a consciousness, tend to knock it out of balance. We get in the way. And so this technology helps us get it back in balance. I mean, honestly, if you have a practice that your body's in homeostasis, you don't need anything outside of that. The body does it itself. But Healy's here to help the bodies who are looking for alignment. And it does it through signaling a frequency, talking to your body in a language it understands so that it can then perform an action that builds a better you. Right? This is the beauty of this synergy, this cycle of interaction. So, is Healy and MagHealy enough? Yep. Not trying to replace anything. Just building another level of support.
And actually, even you'll see it actually, the new Holistic HealAdvisor Sleep Topic is using the best sleep programs from Healy and MagHealy. It's not that it's using something different. It's incorporating those into this bigger sort of daily routine with the mindfulness exercises or the meditation or the acupressure or massage, and this sort of the information field analysis each week to kind of create that daily plan for you. But you'll see here, it selects from a curated library of 13 best sleep-related Healy frequency programs and 13 powerful sleep-focused MagHealy frequency programs too. So I mean, of course, there's that, and that's a big part of this is the whole sleep topic in the new Holistic HealAdvisor app. But also, there's nothing with the Healy that's going to duplicate the protective benefits of the sleep mask itself too. That physical sort of presence there, wrapping and surrounding your head while you're sleeping too. So yes, all the programs that we have are great, and they're so good that they're also the focus of this new app as well. It's just we're adding a little bit layer on top of that.
Perfect. Exactly. Frequencies
And
are an invisible asset to us, right? And we can use the microcurrent. I'm an advocate for the microcurrent all the time.
Mhm.
So again, it's a more tangible but still invisible way of integrating with the body. And the mask now puts another tangible, not invisible layer around your head. And so what Healy can do with the, say, electro smog programs, some of the programs that help work with EMF or some of the signals that aren't beneficial to you, what Healy does is it builds a bubble around you, right? It has a certain amplitude of power. If you stand in front of a microwave and turn it on, it's over 1,000 watts of power, and you're standing right there looking in the glass, you're not far enough away from an influence, and there's nothing really that's going to protect you from that except for a lead plate. So, um, you can't see it. You can't see it coming from that device, but it's happening. No different than if you're in front of a high-powered transmitter for some of these, maybe a radio station or some signaling type of communications tower. All of that puts out a lot of power, and there's really not much other than a physical shield that's going to block that from you. So this is that particular physical shield we're talking about. Now, do not go out in front of your microwave. Don't misunderstand me. This is not what that's for. Okay? That's not what that's for. Stay away from it. This is for sleep. And that's its job is to protect this beautiful brain of yours. Okay? All right. Well, guys, man, already 25 minutes in.
One of the things that I do want to remind everybody is that the biggest beauty about this new app is the fact that it will take away from you the work of figuring out what to run. That's really, I would say, one of the most important things about this app. I find that a lot of people, even if they have a Healy Obsidian, sometimes they don't know what to do with the Healy Obsidian. Like in
Mhm.
this case, I know Maria was asking, okay, I have a Healy and MagHealy. Are these programs enough? And I feel like the app basically takes away that question. They need for you to ask this question because it will literally help you choose what programs, what vibrations, how long these vibrations are for would be, how long they would be, and then also doing that additional protocol, whether it's meditation, mindfulness, breath work, stretches, etc., visualization. It will do everything for you so that you don't have to think what programs to run or what vibrations to run and any of this. It will do everything for you. So that's really what you're paying for, the ability to do this. Because as Jake said, the sleep programs that you're using would be the same ones that you are used to. As a matter of fact, the app, what's gonna do is that once it asks you to run these programs, it will open them on the Healy 2 app. Just like when you look for programs on the HealAdvisor app, or even if you are in the HealAdvisor Analyze 2 app and you see the list of recommended programs and then it opens the Healy 2 app for you, it works in a very similar way. But everything, basically the functions that you would expect to find in the HealAdvisor Analyze 2 app and then also the HealAdvisor app, everything is integrated into just one app that will do everything automatically for you. You won't have to think about anything. Everything will be done for you. So that's really where the beauty of this new app is.
100%. Like I said, guys, it's a coach, right? It's a sleep coach. It's like you're already set, right? I like it. And this is kind of the trajectory that Healy's kind of headed towards, right, Jake?
Yeah,
More
yeah. This things are
targeted.
about to get a lot easier. I would say, the simplification of everything, I think, is definitely a key point that we're moving toward in everything that we do, whether it's the product or the apps or that kind of thing. Also, make it as easy as possible for everybody to use and get started.
Of course, there's amazing uh, practitioners out there who are very familiar with how harmonizing the body works, what it takes in terms of frequency, in terms of homeopathic remedies, natural medicines, all kinds of stuff. There's beautiful practitioners out there that are super familiar with that. But that's a very small percentage of our population.
Yeah.
The everyday person it has a lot of questions and is probably just really engaged in their life and has become maybe out of balance. Because when you engage in a default life, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of outer energy that comes in and knocks these bodies out of balance. And so Healy, I mean, when I first started, trust me, I'm an engineer, and it took me a minute to really dive into what was happening and how it worked and all that kind of stuff. So, and I studied it hard. And so for someone who, just says, I just want to live my life and I just want a tool, you give me a hammer and show me how to hit a nail. So that's kind of what's happening. Healy's now saying, here's your tool, and here's how to work it, and it makes it so much simpler. So June's got a question here. So can you tell me how to submit questions here? Not here, but offline. So yeah, there's we do have a way. Do you want to put that email in there that people can ask a question? And then it can come here, or it can go to.
Henry, if you want to put it in the chat, so
Yeah.
just so it's on the recording too, verbally, it's onboarding.us@healy.world. If you send questions to that, we can try to make sure we prioritize those in a future episode of Tech Tip Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's a great way, folks, and like because maybe this time isn't convenient for you, but you've got a
Mhm.
question, and then so it gets hit here, and then the recording comes out, and you can take a look at your answer, and it's a great way. If this timing isn't right, of course, that's why all the recordings are there. But we definitely want to make sure everybody has a portal, a pathway, right, to get their solutions. So. this is one of the beautiful things that, like I said, I'm a Healy pioneer. I've been here for like so my Healy, I got it in 2019. So that's been a while. And then it was brand new. The support that's available to everyone now, not nearly as much then. And so now the tools that are available, this is an evolution in this technology that has been, to me, I'm just watching it grow in leaps and bounds. I mean, the trajectory has been incredible. So thank you, Healy. I appreciate your tenacity. And Jake, I know since you got here, it's been a big asset in making things run a little bit better. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Lots more in store for the future though, which is exciting. So we come a long way, but there's so much further to go.
I agree. That's the thing I love about this technology. They really, I don't see a cap. So
Yeah,
here we go. Let's just keep going.
yeah.
We're talking about quantum technology, so I mean that's a whole universe, isn't it?
Mhm.
It is.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you very much, audience, for being here. If you want to copy that chat, just click those three little dots up at the top of the screen next to your Healy little chat window. If you're on your PC or your laptop, you'll be able to copy the chat. You'll have that link there. But as Jake said, it was also in the audio, so now it's recorded, and you guys can go back and review that. Thanks
And
everybody for being
also
here.
remember, just wanted to remind everybody for additional questions, besides, reaching out to us directly, you can always take advantage of Harmony, which is our virtual assistant on our website. So that's always going to be available on bottom right corner of our website. It's able to handle a lot of the questions and queries that you may have. So make sure you take advantage of that.
Absolutely. us.healy.shop, right? And you don't even have to log in, right? You don't have to have an account. You just go there and you can ask questions, and Harmony is incredible. So
Mhm.
awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, and we'll see you next time on the third Tuesday in June. Until then, have an amazing time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye, everybody. See you.